Hi, welcome back. Now, today on this video, I would like to just expand on my last video about what kind of relationship do you have with yourself. In this video, I'm going to offer some practical tips, practical solutions that may help you and assist you in developing a better relationship with yourself. Now, in saying this, I don't claim to be an expert because there are times in my life where I have lost touch with myself. I have lost my way. But in saying that, I'm also reminded in those moments to return to my core, to return to my center, because something just doesn't feel right, because I've lost that relationship with myself. Not permanently, I've just walked in a different direction. We're never stuck. We're never permanently disconnected from ourselves. Although we do go through certain things in our life, we go through certain situations where we feel very stuck and hopeless, and in the moment it may feel permanent, like we're never going to get out of it. But there is always a way back. There is always a way back. I truly believe that. So, practical tips, practical solutions to develop a healthier, stronger relationship with ourselves. So, this probably comes as no surprise that number one is spending time on our own. It's spending time just disconnecting from the world around us. This can be short periods, can be like 10, 15 minutes every day, however much time we can spare. It's just disconnecting for a moment so that we can tune into our internal world, our inner worlds. Because that is when our intuition, I believe, truly rises to the surface, where we can actually hear what it is that our higher selves are telling us when the noise settles, when the noise quiets down. We can actually discern that voice. So, sitting in silence, meditating is a truly wonderful practice. Breathing, just going for walks in nature, just doing things that ground us and bring us truly back into the moment, into the present moment. Because with today's fast pace, things moving faster and faster, it is more important now than ever to intentionally carve out that time, that alone time where we just tune in and connect with ourselves. So that's number one. Number two, similar but not quite the same. It is just taking time to reflect, perhaps journal, just taking time to just ask ourselves those questions. Like, what kind of relationship do we have? What kind of relationship would we like to have with ourselves? You know, what kind of relationship would we like to have with the people around us as well? And what changes do we need to make in our life? You know, perhaps we need to put up boundaries. Perhaps there's something that we're not dealing with. There's something that keeps coming up in our lives, a theme, a pattern, something going on that we just keep pushing aside and avoiding, but it keeps coming back. So it's just sitting down, asking ourselves those questions in deep reflection. But I also think that sometimes we push ourselves to come up with an answer to these questions in the moment. And from my personal experience, I have found that if I'm pushing for answers like, there's something that keeps happening in my life, I see that this is a problem that I probably need to deal with, and I'm pushing to come up with a solution in the moment. But sometimes that might not necessarily be the best approach. A lot of the times it isn't. Because the reason why is because we are pushing to come up with a solution, pushing ourselves, pressuring ourselves. When sometimes it's just asking that question and putting it down for a moment, perhaps going for a walk, doing something that we enjoy, even something mundane like washing the dishes, having a shower, having a nap. And then by taking that more a gentle approach, you may find that, well, I have found that the answer to that problem, the answer to that question, just naturally rises. It seems to come about in my mind. The solution rises in my mind, becomes clear when I'm not thinking about it, pressuring myself to come up with an answer. It just seems to happen. But I mean, it depends. I mean, just that is what I have found anyway. So yeah, so it's asking those questions, taking time out for ourselves, and just tuning back in to ourselves. Really working out what it is that we enjoy, the things that give us energy, and the things that drain us. What situations fill us with energy and what situations deplete our energy. So those are some practical solutions or tips, advice that I can give you to develop a healthier relationship. Also, communicating, like how we communicate with ourselves, self-talk. What do we say to ourselves? Like, how can we develop a better inner dialogue with ourselves? If, say, we're going through something and it's draining us, we're going through some, like maybe a health issue, maybe we're tired, maybe, I don't know, there's just a lot going on. How do we talk to ourselves in that moment? So it's being mindful of that inner dialogue. Are we saying to ourselves, it's okay, like it will work out, we'll come up with a solution. It might not, I might not feel that way right now, but I know that I'll work it out. Is that how we talk to ourselves? Or do we say to ourselves, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you haven't sorted this out. Like, what an idiot. Like, gosh, look at all this time that you're wasting. So, I mean, I can relate to that too, guys. That voice where it's like that bully, you're kind of beating yourself up, trying to come up with a solution, telling yourself that time is running out, you're wasting your life. But that's not very helpful, is it? Has that ever helped me or you come up with an answer to, is that good motivation? Yeah, I don't think so, guys. But let me know. Let me know in the comments your experience with this and how you talk to yourself, and maybe things that you have tried that have helped you to develop a better relationship with yourself. Just taking care of yourself. Exercising, eating well. It's getting enough sleep is another tool, another strategy. I mean, yes, this is common sense. We all know these things, but sometimes it helps to have that reminder. Yeah, so just I can't stress this enough. Like, be gentle with yourself. Like, even the small things, even just the little small things make a difference. It's the little small things that we do every day, the small habits that we do every day that make a difference. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today, guys. And I hope that what I've shared with you today helps. And let me know in the comments. If you can relate, let me know in the